right now, right? Here we are. You are in the ring with Christine. Hit the like button, by the way. If you don't hit the like button,
Hit
what do
the
you do?
like button.
It literally takes 3 seconds
That's
to hit that.
right.
You know what I mean? And you'll be like cool for doing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, if you hit the like button, you are about 4 or 5% cooler than you were prior. I'm just saying. All right, Christine. A lot of boxing going on. Did you get a chance while you're over there out of the country? Did you get a chance to check out Tater vs. Scatterall? Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on. Christine, can you hear me? Whoa! Just like that, the internet is giving us some issues. I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming it'll be fixed in a second or two. Let's all count to 10, and I have a feeling it'll be fixed by then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here we are. Can you hear me now? Christine, can you hear me? Hold on. I don't know what's going on right now, but Christine, can you hear me? Signal to me if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm switching areas so my internet comes in. I'm so
Okay.
sorry, guys. This
Whoa, that
internet
happened
is
like
so
out of nowhere, like live on the air.
like
Huh?
out of nowhere. You see this out of nowhere. You see this hotel that I'm
Are you like
sitting
in the
in. I'm
lobby?
staying.
Like the hallway?
Yeah,
Okay,
in
well,
the hallway.
do I need to whisper too?
No, you
This
don't
is
need
the
to
whisper
whisper.
hour.
The whisper hour. This is
Oh,
morning.
okay.
Everybody's asleep. No, you don't have to whisper. Sorry
All
about
right.
that, guys.
So, first, did you get a chance to watch Tater Scatterall?
I did not. I saw some highlights. I know there was some controversy, but no, I don't. I didn't get to watch it.
So Catterall got the decision. It was a better fight this time. Um, and now
Hmm.
Catterall's in a position where either he fights for a title or he does a trilogy with Tater. There's several title holders now. There's Haney is still a champion. He didn't lose the belt because Garcia didn't make weight. And of course, we got Teofimo Lopez with a belt as well. We got Isaac Cruz with a belt. I mean, is there anybody you see there that you'd like to see Catterall fight?
So out of
Let's say those three: Isaac
out
Cruz.
of I mean, let's put Devin back in the ring.
All right. Now it looks like Devin will be
You
fighting.
kind of cut out.
Well, it looks like Devin will be fighting San
You cut
Martin.
out. I'm sorry.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know in the
Do
chat
we
if you
have a
can
date on
hear
that?
me.
I'm just like,
Can you hear me now?
yeah. I'm just, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm just so
Cool.
out of the loop. Like I'm so out of the loop. We've been so busy here, so I'm really out of the loop. But that's why I need my boxing peeps to keep me up to date.
Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. But can you hear me though?
Oh my god, I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can hear
So
you.
look, have you heard the news? There's rumors, right? So it's just rumors that Turk Alashik is
Mm,
working on a USA versus Mexico card, very similar to the Matchroom
mm-hmm.
versus Queensberry, right? Where it would have like Munguia versus Plant, Canelo versus Crawford, Cruz versus Stevenson. Those are some of the fights that I've seen. What do you think of that idea? Is that something you'll be for?
Yeah, I'm excited. I love it. I mean, what's a better rivalry? You know, really, because the tops are Mexican and American, and why not put them together? Like we want to see those fights. Why not? Like I love it, and I think it's a great idea. And I saw someone in the comment just say that Canelo destroys Bud. Alex destroys. That's a big word.
Hmm.
That's a big word. I'm gonna keep this comment for later.
Okay. So
So,
look,
so what are your thoughts? I mean, is it a good idea? I mean, obviously, he knows where the money is. He knows where the money is.
I like the idea of the card. I do. The only thing, and this is not going to be a popular opinion, but I think Bud versus Canelo is bigger than Mexico versus USA. Like I just think it's bigger than that. I just think it's a generational fight. It's a fight
Hmm.
with two pound for
Hmm.
pound guys. It's a fight we're going to be talking about for ages, no matter who wins. I think it's the biggest fight in boxing. I'm not saying that fight should have a crappy undercard or nothing. It should have a great undercard, but I would rather like a USA versus Mexico thing be separate, right? That's what I think. I just think it's too big to make it about just. And I know people will disagree with me, and I wouldn't be against it necessarily either. But
I don't disagree with
I
you.
don't.
I do agree with your point as well.
There you go. But I wouldn't be against it either. I mean, if it gives us the fight, it gives us the fight. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Um, as a whole, I think we lost her again. But let me see if I don't know if it's me or Christine. Do you guys? I mean, if you don't see me, you don't see me. But did I get disconnected or you got disconnected?
I don't know. It just went
I
blank,
don't know.
but I'm here.
All right, so I think that's a great card. I think there's a lot of great action behind it. I think it's a good idea personally. I'm not against it at all, and it would be a much better card than what they would probably give us otherwise. However, um, I just think Canelo Crawford deserves like its own poster. Canelo Crawford, its own
Agree.
event. That's my opinion, but people can, it's whatever to me. But what about this? Like Benavides technically is American too, right? Like, couldn't they? Why not Benavides Canelo in this America versus Mexico card?
I think at this point, like me personally, I'm not interested in that. Like I am personally not interested in that, and I consider myself like a boxing head, like a diehard, you know. And I think maybe for the casual fans, they want to see that, and not even just the casual. And it's not an insult because a lot of people when they say, "Oh, you're just a casual," they use it as an insult. I'm not using it as an insult, but I'm just saying like uh, I look at everything. I look at the technicality. I look at coach against coach. I look a little bit deeper than that. And to me, Canelo Crawford is a better matchup than the Benavides Canelo, in my opinion.
Man, I don't know more. Like you're done with this. Like it's like spoiled milk at this point.
I never was too excited about it. Did I want to see it because I love boxing? Yeah. But if I have this other option, then I definitely want the other option.
And, the other thing is, I mean, Benavides has moved up to 175. He claims he wants to fight for the belts there. He wants the winner better be Bivol. So if that's the route he wants to go, he could go that route if he wants. And
Hmm.
it is what it is. However, I don't know if you heard the news. It's supposedly Canelo said there's no amount of money that Turkey could offer him to get in the ring with Crawford. That's what supposedly is being said.
Well, even if you did say that, it's like he also is a businessman. He knows he's got to sell this fight, and why not say some controversial stuff against the Sheik, the Sheik who is the guy right now. Why not? Why not say that? And then later on take the fight and well, whatever, whatever. It's a good story. So I don't buy it. If he said it, allegedly he said it.
Right, right. So you think it's just he wants people to be like, "Ooh, he doesn't want to fight him," and then like he's gonna do the fight, and it just makes the fight a lot bigger, right? Like I don't know if you guys saw like Fernando Vargas was being interviewed, and they asked him like, "What do you think about what Canelo said? He wants X amount of money to fight Benavides," and he just kind of like he said, "Yeah, look, kind of similar to what you said." Vargas said, "Look, he's a businessman. You know, um, he said Canelo ain't afraid of nobody. Just say what he needs to say to make the fight bigger. You know what I mean?" So Nanduyama says Benavides been selling wolf tickets since day one. Whoa.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? Chicano Profit,
Sorry for
Benavides,
all
and
this
Crawford.
technical difficulty.
We're all good. We're good. And Chicano Profit says Benavides. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, I'm
Gotcha.
sorry,
Okay.
I'm having this technical difficulty.
I think we have a delay, but it's all good. Benavides and Crawford are both 2-1 underdogs against Canelo, and both sportsbook I use. So the odds are the same, regardless of who the fighter is. That's interesting. Okay. Nando Yama says some UFC champion said today. We need some names, Nando. Like who? But he said boxing is harder than MMA right now. Do you agree? What do you think, Christine? Is boxing harder than MMA at the moment?
I agree. I, I agree. It's been. I've never thought that boxing is dying. Like people, oh, boxing is dying. MMA is hotter. I've never thought that. So I guess I'm not the one to ask, but I've never thought that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. Alex says Team Mexico in a 5-on-5 destroys Team USA. Face it, we dominate boxing. Viva Mexico! Mexico #1 are facts. Very interesting. What do you think, Christine? Is that facts? Earth to Christine. Houston, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think her audio cut off. Chat, can you hear me? Oh, Mighty Mouse. Okay, he's a former UFC champion, probably the best pound for pound MMA fighter ever, to be honest. But I don't think he's exaggerating. That's for sure. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. Do, 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 do. Whoa! I don't know what happened. It happens. That's the life of live streams. When you're live, things happen, ladies and gentlemen. But look, I'm here, so I can still give you guys my thoughts. Look, now Nando say stack. Look, let me just make this clear, okay? And Ace Boxing, by the way, first says Cruz beats Stevenson. Wow, I don't know if Cruz can, and I like Cruz. Can Isaac Cruz beat Stevenson? That's a tough fight for Isaac Cruz. I would favor Stevenson. Crawford, best Canelo. It's not that crazy, believe it or not. I know people think it's crazy. Like, I don't think it's that crazy, but I would still favor Canelo, but I think it's a tough fight. I don't think Crawford's going to engage with Canelo. I think he's going to box him. He's going to use a jab, and he's going to fight similar to how he fought Postal. So it's not crazy to think he could win. He could outpoint him. I just don't think he could hurt Canelo. Some people disagree. I don't think he could hurt him, but he could outbox him. But I would still favor Canelo, though. I don't know if Crawford could take that power, right? But we'll see. And then Munguia beats Plant, I do agree with. Plant's capable of outboxing him, but I just think Munguia's gas tank will overcome Plant. So we agree with 1 out of the 3. But one of them, it's like, look, they're all good fights. I mean, it is what it is. Nando, stack the card. Look, I agree with you guys that stack the cards. Okay, I agree with that. They could still stack the card, though. I just don't, like, am I crazy? Or, like, I just think Canelo versus Crawford, it's just like this 5-on-5 is awesome. I love it, right? Match over Queensberry, but it doesn't have, like, Usyk Fury wasn't part of it because that's so big it stands on its own, right? And I just think Crawford Canelo stands on its own. I'm not saying give us a crappy undercard. They probably will, unfortunately. But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? Like give us a good card, but I think Canelo Crawford is too big for. I don't want to say gimmick. It's not really a gimmick, but for like for this like USA versus Mexico thing. Like, I just think it's too big for this like boxing's version of best of the best. You know what I mean? I just think it's too big for that personally. You know what I mean? So I just think it's a little too big. Let me call Christine. Call her right now. We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. You know what I mean? Let's do it the old-fashioned way.
Sorry about that.
We're live. Can you hear me?
Totally just went out.
Well, they could hear you. I could hear you too. So how are you doing, Christine?
Okay. I just couldn't hear you.
All right, but you can hear me now, right?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right. Audience, let me know. I'm pretty sure you can. Let me know if you can hear it. Just put it in the chat. So look, give us your, because you were cutting off a little bit. So I think you said you agree, but I think Crawford Canelo it's like too big to put it like on some type of like USA versus Mexico thing. I think it stands on its own. Just my opinion. But what are your thoughts on that?
I do think that it stands on its own, but I also think that that's the way that the rest of the world perceives it's going to be like. Like, you know, like I said, it's not an insult to anybody, but for casual fans, Mexico plus versus the USA is more alluring, you know, than Canelo and Bud would be to some people. But for us, absolutely, like it stands on its own. But I can see why he's doing it this way.
Right. 100%.
Or why he would do it this way.
Okay. Right. Fair enough. I agree. So look, and you also you gave your thoughts about Benavidez Canelo. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not. I've never been like totally hype about it. Like, I'm a boxing fan, so yeah, I want to see good fights, and it would be a good matchup. But does it make me salivate? No. You know, Canelo Crawford does. Like, that's what really gets me going. Like, that is the fight to me,
right.
Because there's so many reasons. I mean, people think. There's some people that think, you know what, Benavidez is going to win. There's some people that say, you know what, Canelo's going to win. There's a very few handful of people that actually believe that Bud can beat Canelo, you know? And and if you look at him and the way that he fights and Canelo, it's perfect. I mean, if you know what you're looking at. So to me, that is the fight.
Okay. Right. That's fair. You know, no disagreement there. Also, Nando, I posted in the chat that Mighty Mouse, a former UFC champion, had mentioned that boxing is harder than MMA right now. Do you agree with that?
You know, yeah, I remember this question. I was like commenting on it before I went out, but I've always thought boxing was harder than MMA, than the UFC. I mean, no disrespect to them. I love combat sports. But when people said boxing was dying and MMA is taking over, I was never on that crazy train. I never believed it, and I don't believe it now. Boxing is hot. You know, after COVID, you know, things started to pick up, and now we are at the peak. You know, it's like a pimple ready to be popped. You know, it's there, and I'm here for it.
All right. By the way, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Those watching on X,
please do.
100%. Now, you could always subscribe to In the Ring with Christine here on YouTube and catch the Wednesday show, In the Ring with Christine, obviously, right? And it's Women Crushing a Wednesday. I'm sorry, with Christine and with Nika and Crystal. So there you go. Look, Christine, Usyk became the undisputed heavyweight champion. I thought it was a brilliant performance. Fury was taking control in the middle rounds. Usyk, I think it was after round 6 or 7, he asked for the cross. He said, "Let me kiss the cross," and then he just, I don't know what I don't know if it was an act of God or what, but he found his motivation and he just went out there and hurt Fury and took over the fight. What you think of his performance?
I thought his performance was great. Like I thought I had Fury winning, you know, in the first few rounds. And then Usyk dropped him, and then it was all she wrote. But you know, you mentioned act of God. You know, the thing is this, you know, because when you have two people praying, they're like, oh, well, God must favor this person and not this person. Like, what is it? Look, prayer without works is dead. call upon God, but you got to put the work in too. And he put the work in. They both did. I mean, look how good Fury looks. Like, he lost weight. People were like, oh, I saw these comments on Twitter X saying, oh, he lost all his weight. That's his superpower. He just lays on people. No, honey, he can box. Chill. It's not just the weight. But he slimmed down. He was moving well. But Usyk, he's just a freaking beast. And they were two of my tops, and I had to pick one, and I picked Fury, and I picked the wrong guy that night.
Look, it is now granted. I was just being tongue in cheek about the act of God comment, but
I know. I know.
Like, all I'm saying is that if you believe something, right, then it's a powerful thing,
I believe I can fly.
That's right. But Fury activated the rematch clause immediately, actually. So he wants to run it back. How do you like his chances in a rematch?
It's gonna go. This is like, so. I'm gonna give a better prediction later, but it's gonna be like, okay. So either Usyk is gonna totally destroy him, worse, or Fury is gonna totally overwhelm and destroy Usyk. So it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty either way, okay? Because and Nika hit it on the head on our show last Wednesday. She said that she really sees a trilogy, and why not? So I can see that too. Not that they're just building for the trilogy, but I think we're going to have it because somebody's going to dominate the other in such a crazy manner that we're going to have a trilogy. Like, we're just going to have to. Okay. And I think Fury has a good chance of winning this second one.
When I was growing up, I heard about the Trilla and Manila, Frazier versus Ali, and I think in a way, if this is a trilogy, it could be this era's kind of like that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So it will be interesting if Fury pulls off the win in the rematch. 100%, they got to run it one more time, right?
Got to.
It's going to be interesting to see what tactics Fury will use in a rematch. It could either backfire, he could lose worse, or he could win in spectacular fashion, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But he has to try. We know he's going to do something different. I don't think I've ever seen him fight a different way. So we know the same Usyk showing up. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Christine, before we wrap this one up, just give us a general. You don't have to go into details or anything. How's everything going over there? How's Team USA looking?
Everything's going really, really well. We are headed to the finish line pretty soon. We had 2 yesterday. We got the wins. We have 1 tonight. Planning on getting the win again. We're just going to keep going. We have to get these athletes qualified so that we can take a full team to the Olympics. And so far, everybody's looking fabulous. And you can go to usaboxing.org and get all the updates. You got some people that are going to put their own little shit up on Twitter X, but if you want the real deal and the real news, go to usaboxing.org. And you'll see that I also repost their stuff, even though I am actually right here live with them. I'm not on the outside or back in the States. I'm here, but I'm still going to usaboxing.org and posting what USA is putting out, because that's the real deal.
All right. So what we're looking forward to some medaling in Paris?
Absolutely, we are. I mean, we have a very young, strong team, talented. And there's no stopping, Team USA. There's no stopping Team USA.
USA.
We're going all the way for the goal.
USA.
Absolutely.
USA.
USA. USA.
I hope some Americans show up to the fights. There's usually a couple of them, but it's the Olympics, so we'll see. I mean, man, Do you know?
Hey, if they can travel to Saudi Arabia, they can travel to Paris. Come on.
Yeah. Plus, there's all the sports you can watch too. So, um, do you know? I happen to know if does France have a good boxing team?
France does have a good boxing team. They're here. They have a couple that are here that are trying to qualify, and some that already have been qualified.
Okay.
They do have a good team. They've been in several camps with us, multi-nation camps. Very talented. Yeah, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. Yes.
Okay. They do know that they didn't invent French fries, though, right? Like just because it says French doesn't mean that they invented it.
Right. Just like Caesar invented Caesar salad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
What do you mean? I thought Caesar they invented it. No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Yeah. Way back when you ruled everything. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I think in Greece. Caesar. I don't know. Okay, no, Caesar salad in Mexico, but oops.
well, there you go. Look, I'm one more guy here that I want to ask you about is he's pro now, obviously. He was a silver medalist last time around. Richard Torres. He's slowly but surely though stepping up. And he's I saw an interview where he's like motivated by the win of Usyk. I guess smaller heavyweights like got a boost of confidence. You know what I mean? What future like what do you think is like? Will Richard Torres, in your opinion, be a heavyweight world champion in the future?
Yeah, he will. And let me tell you something. You said smaller heavyweights, they got to boost the confidence. Let me just tell you, like, I am blessed enough to be with Richard Torres a lot because he comes and he gives back to Team USA and he does workouts up there and so on and so forth. Okay, he does not need to boost the confidence. This young man is very confident. He'll get in the ring with anybody. I mean, anybody. It's like, if anything, people have to hold him back. Okay, he's super powerful. He's super crafty. He's freaking strong as shit. Okay, and he did not need that boost of confidence. But if that's somebody that he follows and he admires, and it motivated him, good. But he doesn't need confidence. He has all the confidence. It's everybody else that criticizes because he's smaller. I mean, just look at the comment that you just made. It's showing that these littler heavyweights, can come up and do their thing. It doesn't matter how tall you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The heavyweight game is the heavyweight game, and anybody can get it. Anybody can, as we saw just the other night.
All right. Quick fantasy question for you. Clarissa Shields.
I love these fantasy matchups.
Clarissa Shields versus Ann Wolfe at 168 pounds. Who wins?
Look, this is the thing. I hate fantasy matchups because our opinion, right? Ann Wolfe is my girl. Ann Wolfe was a fucking beast. Ann Wolfe was a killer. I mean, Clarissa, no disrespect to her, she talks like a killer, but Ann Wolfe was a killer. And I would definitely pick Ann Wolfe. And am I right or wrong? Who knows? We'll never know. But I know that she didn't ever call her out. I know she did call Layla Ali out, but she never called Ann Wolfe out. Just saying. I'll put it out there.
Layla Ali's where the money's at. You know what I mean?
I mean, it might be where the money's at. That's fine. But I also see her calling out people randomly and offering to pay $100,000. So obviously, she's not too concerned about just the money. If she's trying to pay somebody to fight her, she's not making no money like that. She's giving out money.
All right. Tara Brown, she just to touch on some women boxing here. It looks like she's going to have an eliminator, WBC eliminator. That'll get her closer to a title shot. What do you think?
I'm so excited. Like, finally, it's like she's getting her shot that she's deserved for so many years. But she's been very steadfast. She works very hard. She's super talented. I can see why nobody wants to fight her, but I'm glad that somebody's putting some money behind her and moving her where she needs to be moved.
Right. There we go. Man. Christine, anything you want to say? Any final thoughts, etc.?
No,
I just want to apologize, for my bad connection. I've had 2 shows on Wednesdays, and they've been perfect. I don't know, maybe it's D-style. I don't know. But and I apologize.
Just blame me. It's all
pulling
good.
up my pajamas and out in the hall, But I appreciate y'all's patience. I love the chat. I love everybody doing it. Hello to everybody. I see you, and I thank you. Please continue to support D-Style and I, and your favorite girls on Wednesdays. And hey, boxing looks.
What was that?
I said, in boxing is looking really good. I'm super excited.
All right, because the WhatsApp cut off for a second, but it's all good now. It's not your day.
I know. Ay, hombre.
But it's okay. Hey, Christine, gonna wrap this one up. You have a good one.
Thanks for your patience. Thanks, you too, bro.
There we go. That is Christine. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and show some love and all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody that tuned in. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. This is D-Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. And we're out of here, guys. Peace.